I'm about to show you something that will make your blood run cold, and I mean that literally. Yesterday, I watched a 68-year-old woman suffer a massive stroke, and the most heartbreaking part? She did exactly what caused it just 20 minutes before she collapsed. What she did was so normal, so innocent, that you probably did the exact same thing this morning without even thinking about it. I've been a doctor for 23 years, and I've never been more terrified to share information than I am right now, because what I'm about to reveal will shatter everything you believe about stroke prevention and make you realize that the medical establishment has been withholding critical information about the real dangers hiding in your daily routine. Here's the truth that's going to destroy your sense of safety. Strokes don't just happen to unlucky people. They're systematically created by 5 specific habits that 90% of people over 65 do every single day, thinking they're completely harmless. The woman who suffered yesterday? She wasn't overweight, didn't smoke, had normal cholesterol, and walked every morning. But she was unknowingly damaging her blood vessels with activities so common that they're practically considered American traditions. I'm talking about habits so deeply embedded in our culture that questioning them feels almost blasphemous, yet each one is methodically preparing your brain for catastrophic failure. Right now, as you're watching this, your body might be just hours away from the same fate that struck my patient yesterday. What I'm about to expose isn't taught in medical school, isn't discussed in your doctor's office, and certainly isn't mentioned by the industries that profit from your ignorance. These 5 habits create what I call the silent damage protocol, a step-by-step process that transforms your healthy blood into a toxic sludge that can't properly nourish your brain. The pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know this because if you did, their stroke medication sales would plummet overnight. Your own doctor probably doesn't even realize how dangerous these habits are because they're too busy treating symptoms instead of preventing disasters. But I can't stay silent anymore. Not when I watch preventable tragedies every single week that could be stopped with information so simple a child could understand it. The most terrifying part about these 5 habits is that they feel good while they're destroying you. You actually look forward to them, plan your day around them, and probably defended them when someone suggested they might be harmful. They've been marketed to you as relaxation, convenience, and even health benefits. But the scientific reality is that each one is like injecting liquid poison directly into your arteries. I've seen patients reverse 20 years of cardiovascular damage in less than a month by eliminating these habits, while others who ignore my warnings are now struggling to remember their own names. The choice between life and disability, between independence and nursing home care, between aging healthily and becoming a medical statistic, it all comes down to what you do with the next 5 minutes of your life. Here's why this information is so urgent it literally can't wait another day. Your brain is already showing signs of damage from these habits, even if you feel perfectly fine right now. Every single time you engage in these behaviors, you're creating microscopic injuries in your blood vessels that accumulate like compound interest until they reach a critical mass that triggers a catastrophic event. The woman who suffered yesterday felt completely normal when she woke up. She had no idea that her morning routine was about to become her greatest nightmare. Your immune system in old age is already compromised, your blood is already thicker than it should be, and your brain is already struggling to get the oxygen it needs to keep you thinking clearly. The question isn't whether you're at risk. The question is whether you're going to do something about it before it's too late, because once these habits trigger a stroke, there's no going back, no second chances, and no miracle cures that can restore what you've lost. You know that feeling when you've been glued to your phone scrolling through social media or binge watching your favorite series for hours on end? Well, here's something that might shock you. Sitting for extended periods isn't just uncomfortable. It's literally rewiring your body's circulation system in the most dangerous way possible. Think about it. When you're sitting there, completely absorbed in that Netflix marathon or endlessly scrolling through Facebook, your blood is quietly thickening, moving slower and slower through your veins like honey on a cold morning. The scary part? You can't feel it happening, but your body is essentially preparing the perfect storm for blood clots to form, especially as we focus on aging healthily and maintaining our joviality as we age. Here's what's actually happening inside your body when you sit for hours, and trust me, this isn't taught in those surface-level health articles you see everywhere. Your calf muscles, which act as your body's natural pumps, completely shut down when you're seated, causing blood to pool in your lower extremities like water in a clogged drain. This stagnant blood becomes thick and sluggish, creating the perfect environment for dangerous clots to develop. And here's the kicker. These clots can break loose and travel straight to your lungs or brain. It's like having a ticking time bomb in your bloodstream, and the fuse gets shorter every hour you remain seated. Your lymphatic system, crucial for maintaining your immune system in old age, also becomes compromised, making it harder for your body to fight off infections and maintain that vibrant energy we all want to preserve. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 75-year-old patient of mine who came to my office complaining about constant leg swelling and fatigue. She'd spent months thinking it was just normal aging, but when I dug deeper, I discovered she was sitting for 6 to 8 hours daily, between her morning news routine, afternoon soap operas, and evening game shows. Eleanor's story perfectly illustrates how being sedentary can rob us of our ability to maintaining health in old age. Her blood work showed elevated inflammatory markers, and her circulation was so poor that her ankles would swell like balloons by evening. But here's the beautiful part of Eleanor's journey. She didn't need expensive treatments or complicated procedures. She just needed to understand that her body was designed to move, not to be a couch potato. The solution Eleanor discovered was surprisingly simple, yet profoundly life-changing. She started setting a timer for every 30 to 40 minutes, and when it went off, she'd stand up and do basic stretches, nothing fancy, just gentle movements that respected her body's limits and helped her become a healthy, elderly person. Within weeks, her energy levels soared, her swelling disappeared, and she felt more like herself than she had in years. The key wasn't becoming a marathon runner overnight. It was about creating a sustainable routine that supported her goal of how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person. Eleanor began taking short walks around her apartment, doing simple arm circles, and even dancing to her favorite oldies, small actions that accumulated into remarkable improvements in her overall well-being and immunity in the elderly. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but doctor, I'm not like those extreme cases. I just sit for a few hours here and there. Here's the reality check. Research shows that sitting for more than 3 hours consecutively has similar inflammatory effects on your body as smoking a pack of cigarettes. Your blood pressure spikes, your metabolism slows to a crawl, and your body essentially goes into storage mode, preparing for what it thinks is hibernation. The good news? You have the power to reverse this process starting today, and it doesn't require a gym membership or expensive equipment. Simple movements throughout the day can dramatically improve your food for the elderly by boosting your metabolism and helping your body properly process nutrients. But here's what most people don't realize about creating lasting change in their daily habits. Here's a shocking truth that the food industry doesn't want you to know. Those innocent crackers in your pantry contain more sodium than a bag of potato chips, and that seemingly healthy canned soup you had for lunch, it's packing nearly your entire daily sodium allowance in just one serving. We've been conditioned to think that convenience equals care, but the reality is that these processed foods are silently sabotaging your journey to aging healthily. Every time you reach for that prepackaged meal or grab a quick snack from a box, you're unknowingly consuming astronomical amounts of hidden sodium that's designed to keep you coming back for more. The food manufacturers have essentially turned your kitchen into a chemistry lab, where preservatives, flavor enhancers, and excess salt work together to create a perfect storm that undermines your ability to maintain joviality as you age. The silent killer isn't just the salt you can see. It's the invisible sodium lurking in foods you'd never suspect. That morning bagel, loaded with sodium. Your favorite salad dressing, a sodium bomb waiting to explode in your arteries. Even that healthy whole grain bread you're so proud of choosing contains enough sodium to make your blood pressure monitor scream. What happens next is a physiological nightmare. Your blood vessels begin to constrict like garden hoses being squeezed, forcing your heart to work overtime just to pump blood through increasingly narrow pathways. This relentless pressure doesn't just affect your cardiovascular system. It impacts your ability to maintaining health in old age by creating chronic inflammation that accelerates aging at the cellular level and compromises your immune system in old age. Let me paint you a picture of what this hidden sodium assault looks like in real life. You wake up and have a slice of toast, 230 milligrams sodium, add some butter, 80 milligrams, maybe a glass of orange juice from concentrate, another 100 milligrams, and you're already approaching a quarter of your daily limit before you've even fully woken up. Lunch brings a healthy turkey sandwich with processed deli meat, 1,200 milligrams, cheese, 400 milligrams, and condiments, 200 milligrams. Suddenly you're drowning in nearly 2,000 milligrams of sodium, and dinner hasn't even crossed your mind yet. By evening, when you add that innocent-looking frozen dinner or restaurant meal, you've consumed enough sodium to make your kidneys work overtime and your blood pressure skyrocket. This isn't just about numbers on a nutrition label. This is about your body's ability to function optimally and maintain the energy and vitality needed to how to be a healthy, elderly person. The beautiful truth is that your taste buds are incredibly adaptable, and within just 2 weeks of reducing processed foods, you'll start to rediscover the amazing flavors that nature intended. Instead of reaching for that sodium-loaded canned soup, imagine simmering fresh vegetables with herbs like basil, oregano, and garlic, ingredients that not only taste incredible, but actually support your immunity in the elderly. Replace those processed snacks with fresh fruits, nuts, and vegetables that provide the nutrients your body craves for optimal functioning. When you choose whole foods over processed alternatives, you're not just avoiding excess sodium, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs for how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person. The transition might seem daunting at first, but think of it as retraining your palate to appreciate the subtle, complex flavors that have been masked by artificial additives for years. Here's what happens when you make this shift. Your blood pressure starts to normalize, your energy levels stabilize, and your body begins to release the excess fluid it's been holding onto like a sponge. You'll notice that your clothes fit better, your face looks less puffy, and your overall sense of well-being improves dramatically. The key to successful food for the elderly isn't about restriction. It's about abundance of the right foods that nourish your body and support your goal of maintaining youthfulness in the elderly. Start by reading labels like a detective, choose fresh ingredients whenever possible, and remember that every meal is an opportunity to either fuel your body or burden it with unnecessary chemicals. But there's another hidden danger lurking in your daily routine that's even more insidious than excess sodium, and it happens every single night. You know that groggy, achy feeling you get when you wake up, thinking it's just another sign of getting older? Well, I have news for you. It's not age that's making you feel like you've been hit by a truck every morning. The culprit is likely the position you're sleeping in, and it's doing far more damage than you realize. If you're one of those people who sleeps on your stomach, tosses and turns all night, or wakes up with your neck twisted like a pretzel, you're essentially putting your body through an 8-hour torture session every single night. Your spine, which should be your body's central support system, is being forced into unnatural curves and angles that compress nerves, restrict blood flow, and prevent the deep, restorative sleep your body desperately needs to aging healthily. This isn't just about comfort, it's about giving your body the foundation it needs to maintain joviality and wake up feeling refreshed rather than defeated. Here's what most people don't understand about sleep position and its impact on your overall health. When you sleep on your stomach, you're forcing your neck to turn 90 degrees to one side for hours, creating a domino effect of problems throughout your entire body. Your breathing becomes shallow and labored because your ribcage can't expand properly, your lower back arches unnaturally, and your internal organs get compressed like they're being squeezed in a vice. If you're a back sleeper who snores, you're likely experiencing repeated interruptions in your oxygen flow, which means your brain isn't getting the restorative sleep it needs to maintain cognitive function and support your immune system in old age. The scary part? You might think that loud snoring is just an annoying habit, but it's actually a warning sign that your airway is being obstructed, potentially leading to serious health complications that can rob you of your ability to maintain your health as you age. Let me share something that might surprise you. The position that feels most comfortable isn't always the position that's best for your body's healing and regeneration processes. Think of your spine like a delicate string of pearls that needs to maintain its natural S-curve throughout the night. When you sleep on your side with a pillow between your knees, you're creating perfect alignment from your head to your tailbone, allowing your muscles to relax completely and your nervous system to enter that deep restorative sleep state. This position also keeps your airway open and unobstructed, ensuring that oxygen-rich blood flows freely to your brain and vital organs. The pillow between your knees isn't just a comfort thing. It's a crucial support that prevents your top leg from pulling your spine out of alignment and creating tension in your lower back and hips, which is essential for being a healthy senior. Here's a simple test to determine if your sleep position is working for you. Pay attention to how you feel when you first wake up. Do you feel refreshed and energized, or do you feel like you need to stretch and crack every joint in your body before you can even think about getting out of bed? If you're waking up with a stiff neck, sore shoulders, or that nagging lower back pain, your sleep position is literally stealing hours from your life by preventing your body from completing its natural repair processes. Your body does its most important healing work while you sleep. It's when your cells regenerate, your immune system strengthens, and your brain clears out the metabolic waste that accumulates during the day. When you sleep in a position that supports your body's natural alignment, you're giving yourself the gift of how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person by ensuring that you wake up with the energy and mobility you need to enjoy your day. The transformation that happens when you optimize your sleep position goes far beyond just feeling better in the morning. It's about protecting your long-term health and vitality. When you sleep on your side with proper support, your lymphatic system can function more efficiently, helping to boost your immunity in the elderly and reduce inflammation throughout your body. Your breathing becomes deeper and more rhythmic, ensuring that every cell in your body receives the oxygen it needs to function optimally. Most importantly, you'll start to notice improvements in your energy levels, mood, and overall sense of well-being as your body finally gets the restorative sleep it's been craving. The key is to be patient with yourself as you adjust to a new position. It might feel strange at first, but within a week or two, your body will thank you for the gift of proper alignment and support. But here's something that might shock you about your morning routine that's even more critical than how you sleep. Here's something that will absolutely shock you. That dry mouth you wake up with every morning, the fatigue that seems to hit you like a brick wall, the dizziness when you stand up too quickly, and even that brain fog that makes you feel like you're thinking through molasses. None of these are just part getting older. They're classic signs of dehydration. And the tragedy is that most people, especially those focused on how to aging, healthily dismiss these symptoms as inevitable consequences of aging. You've been conditioned to believe that feeling sluggish and mentally cloudy in the morning is normal, but I'm here to tell you that your body is literally crying out for help. After 6 to 8 hours without any fluid intake, your blood has become thick and sluggish, your cellular processes have slowed to a crawl, and your body is operating in emergency mode, desperately trying to conserve every drop of moisture it can find. This isn't aging, this is your body's distress signal, and it's time you learn to listen to what it's really trying to tell you about maintaining your youthfulness. The most dangerous misconception about thirst is that it's an accurate indicator of your hydration needs. It's not. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already significantly dehydrated, and your body has been struggling for hours to perform basic functions with inadequate resources. Think of thirst like a smoke alarm. It only goes off when there's already a fire, not when conditions are getting dangerous. When you wake up dehydrated, your blood becomes viscous and sticky, making it exponentially harder for your heart to pump it through your arteries and veins. This creates the perfect conditions for blood clots to form, particularly in your legs and lungs, which is why so many people experience what they think are random health scares that are actually preventable dehydration emergencies. Your immune system in old age relies heavily on proper hydration to transport nutrients, remove toxins, and maintain the delicate balance of electrolytes that keep your cells functioning optimally. Without adequate water, you're essentially asking your body to run a marathon on empty. Let me explain what happens inside your body during those crucial first 30 minutes after you wake up, because this is where you can make or break your entire day. Your kidneys have been working overtime all night, filtering waste products and trying to maintain homeostasis with whatever fluid reserves they could find. Your brain, which is roughly 75% water, has been operating on fumes, struggling to clear out the metabolic waste that accumulates during sleep. Your digestive system is primed and ready to kickstart your metabolism, but without adequate hydration, it's like trying to start a car with no oil in the engine. Every single cellular process in your body depends on water to function properly, and when you delay rehydration, you're forcing your organs to compete for the limited fluid available. This internal competition creates a cascade of problems that affect everything from your ability to maintaining health in old age to your energy levels, mood, and cognitive function throughout the day. The solution is remarkably simple, yet profoundly life-changing. 1 large glass of water within the first 30 minutes of waking up. But here's the key. It needs to be room temperature or slightly warm, not ice cold, because cold water actually shocks your system and slows down absorption. I tell my patients to think of this morning hydration ritual as priming a pump. You're giving your body the fluid it needs to restart all of its essential functions smoothly and efficiently. The best strategy is to prepare the night before. Place a large glass of water on your nightstand or bedside table, so it's the first thing you see when you open your eyes. This simple habit creates a positive feedback loop that supports your goal of como ser amidoso saudavel by ensuring that your body starts every day with the resources it needs to function optimally. Within just a few days of consistent morning hydration, you'll notice that your energy levels are more stable, your mental clarity improves, and you feel more resilient throughout the day. The transformation that happens when you prioritize morning hydration extends far beyond just feeling more awake. It's about giving your body the foundation it needs to maintain optimal health as you age. Proper hydration supports your immunity in the elderly by ensuring that your lymphatic system can efficiently transport white blood cells and remove toxins from your tissues. Your joints become better lubricated, reducing stiffness and improving mobility, which is crucial for how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person. Your skin regains its elasticity and natural glow, your digestion improves, and your cardiovascular system operates more efficiently with properly hydrated blood. Most importantly, you're taking a proactive step toward maintaining your youthfulness in the elderly by giving your body what it needs to thrive rather than just survive. This isn't just about adding water to your routine. It's about creating a daily practice that honors your body's needs and supports your long-term health goals. But there's one more hidden danger in your kitchen that's been masquerading as a health food, and it's more damaging than you could ever imagine. Here's a truth that will absolutely infuriate you. Those vegetable oils sitting in your pantry right now, the ones marketed as heart-healthy and cholesterol-free, are actually more dangerous to your long-term health than the sugar everyone's been telling you to avoid. I'm talking about canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, and all those other highly processed oils that have been stripped of their natural properties and loaded with inflammatory compounds that act like rust forming inside your arteries. The food industry has spent billions of dollars convincing you that these oils are beneficial for maintaining joviality, but the scientific reality is that they're slowly destroying your body's ability to aging healthily from the inside out. Every time you cook with these oils or consume foods prepared with them, you're essentially pouring liquid inflammation directly into your bloodstream, creating the perfect environment for chronic diseases to take root and flourish in your system. The most insidious part about these refined oils is how they accumulate in your body over time, creating what I call internal rust that damages your cellular membranes and disrupts your body's natural healing processes. Unlike the immediate effects of sugar, which you can feel relatively quickly, these oils work silently and persistently, embedding themselves into your cell walls and altering the way your body processes nutrients and fights inflammation. Your immune system in old age becomes compromised because these damaged oils interfere with your body's ability to produce healthy, functional immune cells. The omega-6 fatty acids in these processed oils create an inflammatory cascade that affects everything from your brain function to your joint health, making it increasingly difficult to maintain the energy and vitality needed to como ser amidoso saudável as the years pass. Let me paint you a picture of what happens inside your body when you consume these inflammatory oils on a regular basis. It's like coating your internal organs with a thin layer of rust that gradually builds up over months and years. Your liver, which is supposed to be your body's natural detoxification center, becomes overwhelmed trying to process these foreign substances and begins to accumulate fat and inflammatory compounds. Your blood vessels start to develop microscopic damage as these oxidized oils scrape against arterial walls like sandpaper, creating the perfect conditions for plaque buildup and cardiovascular disease. The scary part is that you can't feel this damage happening. There's no immediate pain or discomfort, but your body is slowly losing its ability to maintaining health in old age while you unknowingly continue to consume these toxic oils and processed foods, restaurant meals, and even healthy snacks. The beautiful news is that your body has an incredible capacity to heal itself once you remove these inflammatory oils from your diet and replace them with nourishing alternatives that actually support your health goals. Instead of reaching for that bottle of vegetable oil, imagine drizzling golden extra virgin olive oil over your salad, oil that's been cold-pressed and contains powerful antioxidants that fight inflammation rather than promote it. Consider using grass-fed butter or ghee clarified butter for cooking, which provides stable fats that don't oxidize under heat and actually support your immunity in the elderly. Here's a game changer that most people don't know about. Investing in an air fryer allows you to enjoy crispy, delicious foods without any oil at all, while preserving the natural flavors and nutrients that your body craves for optimal functioning and food for the elderly. The transformation that happens when you eliminate these toxic oils from your diet is nothing short of remarkable. Within just a few weeks, you'll notice that your energy levels become more stable, your joint pain starts to diminish, and your overall sense of well-being improves dramatically. Your cholesterol levels begin to normalize, your blood pressure stabilizes, and your body's natural anti-inflammatory systems can finally function the way they were designed to. Most importantly, you're taking a crucial step toward maintaining your youthfulness in the elderly by removing one of the most significant sources of chronic inflammation from your daily routine. The key is to start reading labels like a detective, avoid processed foods whenever possible, and remember that every meal is an opportunity to either nourish your body or burden it with substances that accelerate aging and disease. But now that you understand these 5 critical habits, there's something even more important we need to discuss about putting this knowledge into action. Now that you've discovered these 5 life-threatening habits that are silently sabotaging your health, I need to ask you a crucial question. What are you going to do with this information? Are you going to close this video and continue living the same way, hoping that somehow you'll be different from the thousands of people who suffer preventable strokes every day? Or are you going to take control of your health destiny and start implementing these simple changes today? The choice you make in the next 60 seconds will literally determine whether you'll be celebrating your 80th birthday with mental clarity and physical vitality, or whether you'll be struggling to remember your own grandchildren's names. This isn't about perfection, it's about progression, and every small step you take toward aging healthily is a victory against the forces that want to steal your independence and youthfulness. Here's what I want you to do right now. Before you get distracted by another video or forget about this life-changing information, Pick just one of these 5 habits and commit to changing it this week. Maybe it's setting that timer to stand up every 30 minutes, or replacing those inflammatory oils with heart-healthy alternatives, or simply placing a glass of water by your bedside tonight. The key to maintaining your ability to como ser a mi doso saudavel isn't about overwhelming yourself with massive changes. It's about creating sustainable habits that compound over time like interest in a savings account. Which habit spoke to you most powerfully? Which one made you think, oh my goodness, I do this every single day? That's your starting point, and I guarantee that once you experience the energy and vitality that comes from just one change, you'll be motivated to tackle the others. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. Picture waking up feeling refreshed and energized, moving through your day with confidence and strength, maintaining your independence and the ability to do the things you love. That vision isn't just a dream. It's completely achievable when you apply the knowledge I've shared with you today. Your family needs you to be healthy, your future self is counting on the decisions you make today, and your body is literally begging you to give it the support it needs to thrive. The most successful people I've treated aren't the ones who changed everything overnight. They're the ones who committed to small, consistent actions that transformed their health gradually and permanently. What's stopping you from becoming one of those success stories? What excuse are you going to give yourself for not taking action on information that could save your life? Here's my challenge to you. Leave a comment below telling me which of these 5 habits you're going to tackle first, and more importantly, why it matters to you personally. Are you doing this for your spouse who depends on you? For your children who need you to be around for years to come? For your own sense of dignity and independence? When you write down your commitment publicly, you're not just making a promise to me, you're making a promise to yourself and everyone who loves you. I read every single comment, and I'm genuinely excited to hear about your transformation journey. Remember, knowledge without action is just entertainment, but knowledge with action is life-changing medicine. Your body has been waiting for you to take control, and today is the day you finally listen to what it's been trying to tell you about maintaining your youthfulness in the elderly and protecting your future health. Don't let this moment pass by like countless others. Your health and independence are too precious to gamble with. If this information resonated with you, if you felt that spark of recognition when I described these habits, then you're ready to join the thousands of people who've already transformed their lives using these simple strategies. Subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because I'm going to continue sharing the life-saving medical insights that can help you not just survive, but thrive in your golden years. Your journey to how to maintain autonomy as an elderly person starts with a single decision, and I'm here to support you every step of the way with evidence-based information that your doctor probably doesn't have time to share with you. Together, we're going to ensure that your best years are still ahead of you, filled with the energy, vitality, and independence you deserve.